Hey y'all, hey, I'm back and I am here to play around today on my fourth day of taking over the Illustrated Faith Instagram account. And today I am going to create some tags and I invite you to join me in this. I am naming this Tag Your His because we want to and we do belong to God. But more importantly, the third devotional written by Becky Baker in Preparing Hearts for the February devotional is reminders of his presence. And so I want to create some tags that basically remind us that we belong to him. And I'm so grateful that we can say that with boldness and confidence. And so I also just want to remind you, this is all going to be done off the top of my head. And also, I am not sure what I'm going to do, but I do have some ideas. I pulled a lot of what I have left from the kit out, as well as some tags. So these are just some tags I had laying around. This is actually the first tag I got at the very first Illustrated Faith retreat that I went on, and I've been on about 6 now. So I have 2 of these. So I'm actually going to use this to create on, as well as some of the others. Now, first, I want to start with something that you might, so I might have enabled you to purchase Mary's Hearts, right? And I want you to be able to use the remaining hearts that you have left, if you have any. So I think for this one, I want to use a white heart tag. So I'll use this one. I just want to show you some ideas that I have around using up the rest of your hearts. And so I'm going to cut just one of these hearts. This one says Filled with Wonder. And I'm actually going to cut right along the edge. I left a border on here because I was just trying to, cut them off of the page. But now I need to be a bit more intentional about my cut. And so I'm going to show you what we're going to do after this to make our tags. And you will need Mary's Heavenly Hearts in the Print and Pray shop on illustratedfaith.com, as well as listen, y'all, don't stress yourself too much about a list of things you need. Use whatever you have on hand. That's fine. I also am going to be using the stencil from the kit, and I think I'm going to also use some acrylic paint by Dina Wakley. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of this paint on this tool by Tim Holtz that we use to put ink and paint and all that good stuff on. And I'm going to just rub in some X's and O's. I'm going to start at the very top here, and I'm going to go kind of diagonally. It's going to get on my surface, and I'm okay with that because this is not a surface that I care about so much. I don't want anybody to be alarmed, like, did she just put that on there? This is a piece of cardstock anyway, so I am just going to rub in some X's and O's. There we go. We got some there. That was actually the first time I used that, y'all. And now I'm going to stick this to the side because I do plan to use it again, possibly. And now I'm going to take Mary's heart and I'm going to fold it in half. And y'all might remember this from elementary school. The way we cut out hearts, right? So if you remember, you cut on the folded edge and you cut in the shape of like a C, which will look like a heart. So we're going to cut Mary's heart in that same way. Okay, and then I want you to do it again. Okay, And I'm trying to stick close to the edge because I still want to keep the words. I hope I kept them. I did. Still says filled with wonder. And now I'm going to show you how I plan to set this up on the page. And so at this point now I have 3 hearts. So I have these 2 in 2 different sizes and then the one in the center. So what I'm going to do now is decide where I want these to go. Also, wait, before I do that, because y'all, I got to use my washi tape. So I'm just going to put a little in some spaces on here, not thinking too hard about it, just putting some down, but making sure it's actually down. That's important because we don't want it to peel up. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna come in with a little bit of this washi tape from the Christmas collection, which has like a bunch of little stars on it. So I'm gonna find where it starts first. And I think I found it. Okay, so I'm gonna just put some of this on here as well. I'm gonna layer it over the hearts that I've already put down. That may not, the end piece may not stay because it was, oh, it looks like it's staying. Okay, I'll leave it. And then I'll put another piece here at the bottom. All right, so we got some washi tape down. I am also going to throw in, was there lavender in this? Well, there's no lavender in there. I want to keep the background kind of black and white. So I'm going to put just a little bit of the text washi in the background as well. And I'm actually going to tear this because I don't want it to be so heavy. I just want it to like barely be noticeable that there's some text in the background. I'm going to tear it one more time. And put some here. And in one more spot, maybe just in the center here. So I just wanted to get some washi down on that background. And if you feel that it's going to peel up, just put a little glue underneath. I don't really care about that because I'm getting ready to put my hearts down over top of it. But here now, I'm going to audition my pieces. I learned the audition term from Shauna. And I'm just going to figure out where I want them on the tag. Okay, so I'm going to lose some of my hearts because I do want them to kind of be off centered or like kind of hanging off the tag, which means I'm going to have to cut them. And I also want to make it look like they're overlapping well. So I'm not cutting the Filled with Wonder heart. And let's see, maybe I could do, so Filled with Wonder is going to go over top of these 2. I think I want more of this covering the white space. So I'll do that. And then I'll stick that somewhere over here. And I might put something behind it before I put it down. So now that I know, I have an idea of what I want it to look like. Because I printed this on sticker paper, all I have to do is pull up the back. Stick that down. Okay. And then got my first heart down. And then I'll do the same with the second. You know something I just thought about? I wonder what it would look like if I overlapped these hearts and then stuck this one like at the top. Ooh, I like that too. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do that instead. See, this is why we audition things. All right. And because this is a cutout heart, you do want to make sure it's like down. Sometimes when you have these shapes, it can buckle on you. But I didn't have to cut any off, it looks like. And then I guess I'll stick this one over top here. But before I do that, I want to stick something behind it. And I'm going to try to use some of these little pieces to do that. So let's see what I got available. I feel like I got a lot of hearts on here. So I won't use that. Maybe a heart or a flower. That might be too big, but we're going to audition it and see. Okay, I think that the heart is too big. So I'm going to try another piece. Maybe, let's see, let's try this. Ooh, I like that. And, and then also I want to put something else behind it just to give it a bit of texture. So, I have a little bag of stuff. Y'all, this bag is like literally just a bag of stuff. So some of this I got at the retreat. Some of it is just, oh, I can use that for my little ribbon at the top. And I think I want, I don't know. So I gotta, sometimes I just look through here and something sticks out and I'm like, yeah, I'll put that down. So I think we got this at the Illustrated Faith Retreat, or it could have come with the fabric from the kit. I can't remember. But let me see what that looks like behind here. And then if I bunch it a little, stick it right there. Let's see. I do like that. I want to turn it a bit. Okay, like so. All right, and then I'm going to staple this. So even though my Filled with Wonder is on sticker paper, I'm not going to use it as a sticker for this. And I'm actually going to put more than one just because there's a lot in that little spot. And that is one tag, y'all. I'm going to add this little piece of pink because it matches the hearts we put on there. And we got 3 hearts out of one of Mary's hearts. So if you're looking to like extend, like if you only got a few left, you're trying to use them up, you can turn 1 into 3. Or if you have a lot, this is just an idea for how you can use them differently than just cutting them out and putting them on your page. I should have done that backwards. Let me do, I have a thing about the knot being in the back. So I'm going to do this the way that I like it. And then we'll finish our first tag. So one of the things that I want to mention is in this section, so here's the tag. In this section from Becky Baker, where she talks about reminders of his presence, she talks about how hard it can be sometimes to see where God is when things are hard and heavy. And so I think it's important for us to have reminders in front of us at all times, like Filled with Wonder. This tag is a reminder when we look at it, whether you put in your Bible or your art journaling or whatever you use it for, this is a reminder that God is with you. And even in those hard moments when you don't know what's next, this can be that reminder for you. So we're going to do another tag where I'm going to use the negative of some of my sheets. So let's see, which tag am I using for this? Maybe I'll use the smaller one. This is a pre-made tag, I think from, I want to say Studio Calico, so it already has like a print on that side. I'm actually going to use the white side because I really want the color to show up on what I'm getting ready to do. So I have my cross marks stickers, which are absolutely beautiful. I love using these crosses in my art projects, but now I want to use the negative of those crosses as my background. So I'm going to look at about the size of the tag. I'm thinking I'm going to need about 4 rows. So I'm going to cut up to the 4th row or through it. And then I'm also going to cut the other side. And because this is about the height of the tag, you could also use this. This could be another sticker that you use. But I want to use this as a whole sticker sheet. And I'm going to pull this little piece off because clearly I did not use that when I pulled that cross off. Y'all, I be saving stuff that you just sometimes wonder, like, why did she save that? I will stick that on something. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the corner of this sticker sheet because the whole sheet is an adhesive, y'all. It's not just the stickers on the sheet, but this whole little thing is adhesive, right? So all of that is adhesive. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a little back and bend the rest of the paper, because if I, okay, side note, if you do something like this and you pull the whole sheet off, sometimes it can be hard to use when you're trying to lay it down on your surface. So it's important to still have some backing so you can slowly pull up the rest of that backing as you are laying it down. So here I'm just looking at where this is sitting on the tag. I like it here. And so now that I've gotten the top down, I can now slowly pull, because you don't want to tear your negative space. Slowly pull the rest off, okay? And then any little sections that came up or you need to adjust, you can do that. And then I'm going to cut the rest of this off. Also, I just want to say thank y'all so much. Like, I don't usually upload full-length classes to YouTube because I try to reserve, you know, classes for my patrons. And I try all these little creative things I come up with. I try to reserve that for those who make the investments, because I don't ever want them to feel like, you know, they're paying and I'm just sharing everything with everybody. And so, you know, I don't want you all to feel slighted either. So I thought that I would share this week fully on my YouTube channel. But I just wanted to say thank y'all for telling me that you've been enjoying this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So, with that being said, if you would like to join me, I do offer 2 classes a month for only $15, and you also get to participate in a Happy Meal swap, and you get a book tour of a art book that I'm enjoying in that moment, and all kind of things. My community is a safe space, and I make sure, as well as my support person, Jana, we make sure that the space that I curate is safe. So I don't want you to ever feel like you got to be an artist. You got to have art that looks like mine or anyone else's. You don't have to have that in my space. So if you're interested, join us. I'll put the links below in the description. But for now, I'm going to now audition again some pieces. And I like this because it's smaller than this tag. And I feel like I can put that up there and it can move around. Y'all, I don't know what my deal is with using those brads. That's my thing right now. And then maybe, or I could just, okay, I think I have a new idea. Now I need some text. I'm feeling a little, let's see, this says, because I'm trying to create a reminder for myself. So what align with my heart. Let's see, that is an option. Could also do the glorious gods, but I would probably have to cut that up because that's a big piece. And I also like this. So y'all, listen, there's so much to use. It's a little big for that piece though. I really like that telephone there because that black and white against the color is just smashing. And then I feel like I could put it with that. Let's see. I do like that. But I'm wondering, could I put the glory is, yeah, I think I'm hold on y'all, because I do like this heart. I gotta decide. Okay, I'm gonna do the glorious gods. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this out. Ooh, y'all, you probably was like, she cut it. Oh, y'all, I gotta use this kit this week. That is my goal. I want to use everything. I want you to use everything. I don't want us to be precious about anything. All right, so glory and the. I'm not being super neat about the cuts either because it can be a little messy. And I might turn it. The glory. I'm going to keep that finger though. I need to remember even in those hard moments, that even the hard moments, God gets all the glory. Oh, and I'm going to put this over the phone a little. And cut out is, I'm going to have to do this intentionally. So, because I want to keep the finger. All right. Now I'm going to figure out where I want all these pieces. The glory is God's. I like that better a little bit more at the top. Yeah, I like that. And then I like that the kind of slanted. And then is, and then the phone. I think I want it this way. Once I figure this out, I'll be able to. Okay, I think that's going to be my tag, but I do want to back some of these things with something from this bag. So, I have a lot of Valentine looking things in here, but let's see. I just gotta look. And what do I have in mind? Oh, so my friend Jen, oh, you know what? She gave me this the streamer stuff, but I'm also thinking this came from Illustrated Faith. I kind of like what that color looks like against those crosses. And so let me figure out what this can go behind. I think it's going to go behind that telephone and gods. I'm going to cut it right a little bit beyond this. Y'all, let me tell you another thing. I'm not sewing live or on this video tutorial. But I do think a lot of what I'm doing would look better if you sewed it. I'm just saying. But I am not doing that for you all on here because I don't want to pull all that out on camera. So if you feel so inclined, instead of taping and stapling and all that, feel free to also use your sewing machine. Okay, so now this tag just became wider. But I like it. So I'm going to keep that like that. And I'm going to start putting things down. So I'll start with, I know where this is all going. So I'll start with this part. I want to not have it so perfectly like laid out though. So maybe a little bit like this. I just bent it behind there. And now I'm going to staple. Gotta make sure you staple where you wanted the fabric to be folded. So it doesn't become unraveled or sew there. Okay, so I got that part down. And now I want to do, I'm going to do the glory first. So for this part, I want glory to be raised. So what I'm going to do is use this double-sided tape that is foam tape. So it's going to give it some dimension. Because I want that to stick out. Ooh, I love it already. So if you look at it up close, that's going to stick out from the crosses. And then I'll have the and is because they're kind of like minor words in this. I'll have them flat. Okay. The glory. So if I have it there, I want the to hang out like this. All right. And then is. I haven't put glory down yet because I think I might, I just got to check my stash. I might want to put something underneath it. So while I decide that, I'm going to leave it up. Okay, and is going here. All right, so that means that glory will go right there. Now, I'm still trying to decide, or I want to see if I have something that I can put behind glory just to give it a little, I don't know what the word is, y'all, a little oomph. But I just saw this and think it would be nice at the top, so I'll audition that. But maybe some string of some sort. Let's see if I have some. I do have some string here. Let's see. What is this string? This is what I do, y'all. I just pull stuff out of this bag and say, will this work? Yeah, I think so. And it also shows you the spontaneity of this all. So this is like a green and purple string. I don't really want that. I think this magenta colored string looks good. I think I'm going to put that behind glory. So let me get a piece of tape. Just to start this off. I just want to tape it. So I can adjust if I need to. Yes. Okay, so now I'm adjusting. I don't want it to be so out there. I like that though. I do like that. So I'm going to tape it one more time. The way I like this second little run. So I need to pull some of this back just a little bit. You could have sewn this before you put the foam tape on there. I'm not sold on that, so this is just enough for me. And then you can also put another piece of foam tape over top of it. So I'm actually going to do that to secure this section even more. And then pull up my little end pieces here. Let me tell y'all something. When you touch a surface with foam tape, that's it. You cannot adjust it. You can't move it. It's over. So make sure wherever you drop it is exactly where you want it to be. All right. So the glory is God's. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, okay. And let's see how this will work. I don't know. I can't remember which way I put this in. Let's see. Where did I put that in? Oh, I think I put it towards the back. Let's try it. If I did it wrong, if I do it wrong, I'll do it again. This is a small, oh, I covered it. I was like, why can't I get the, it has the sticker over it from the negative of the crosses. So I need to get my whole back. All right. This ribbon might be a bit big for this little tag, but shucks. Go big or go home, right? Let me make sure I'm doing this the right way. I think so. Because I hate to get this all the way through and then it's not right. But we'll make it right. Ooh, I like this. All right. Y'all know you got to play with bows to get it exactly how you want it. So don't be dismayed if it's not exactly how you want it when you first pull it through. Where's my other side? All right. Now I'm going to pull it all through. Pull it from the base because it's so thick. But I'm determined to use this one. I just want to see what it looks like. I like it. Ooh. But I do want to get this knot just a little bit tighter. So let's see, where do I have to pull it from? Here. All right. And I think I like that knot big too. I don't want to make it too small. Y'all know you gotta play with ribbon to get it. Get the bow or whatever you're creating how you want it. And this had some wire in the edge, so I had to fool around with that too. Now let me turn this. All right. So here is my second tag. The glory is God's. And then, so I've made two black and white tags with color. I think for this next tag, maybe I should use one of these manila ones. I was going to use the one with my name. I also have these. If you get these little vintage cards, you can use those also. I wonder, do I want to use this? Let's see what I have. So, or what I want to use. I got, oh gosh, I need to use this stuff up. So, I'm just going to audition stuff. Now, actually, where are those pink hearts? I think that would look better. And then maybe with, cut that. This matches the numbers. Let's see. Let's try that. Ooh. Okay. I just thought about something. This is what we're going to do, y'all. I'm not even going to audition this anymore because we are creating reminders of his presence. That's the whole goal of making these tags. This last tag is going to be a pocket. So what I'm going to do is, this is the bag that the ephemera came in. And I am going to, let's see, figure out how much of this I need. So I'm going to cut about here. And I'm also going to cut the first side of this off because it's a little yellowed from the tape. All right, so I can go that way or this way, but I think I want to do this way. And this is the side I want to keep. I'm also not going to cut this part. I'm just going to tear it because I like it to be a little irregular. But I am going to cut the back part. So, my pocket is going to be a little different. Now, what you could do is just make one piece and not have this little flap and do the edges so that you can create the pocket. But I actually want my pocket to have this backing. So, what I'm going to do is put tape there. And then put it at the bottom here. And then I got like stuff sticking to me. I'm going to also stick, stuff is sticking to my tape. I'm going to stick some tape on the edge. And then I should have put it on this side, but I'll just put some at the top. I'm being careful to make sure I just do the edge because I need enough pocket space. I don't want to go too far inside. So, this is a small pocket, but it is a pocket. And now what I'm going to do is find things that I can stick inside this pocket to dress it up with reminders of his presence. So I'm going to cut that so it looks a little cleaner. And this is going to be my first little thing I stick in my pocket. All right, so we got this. And maybe this little tag. I need some different colors in here. And I like this star for the outside. And I'm just going through things and figuring out, maybe this can go in there. This is adding some contrast. Okay, so actually it's tight. This is tight in my pocket. So I'm just going to cut it down a bit because I'm not married to these edges. Okay, and now stick it inside. Okay, and then I'm also going to, I need to decide if I'm put a little string on that card. Oh, this butterfly. I would love to put that butterfly on there somehow. I might not use a star. Let's see. Let's keep going. All right. That rose is a little big. Let's see if I want to put it behind the... I'll leave that there for now. Do I want a boot? Let's put a boot in there. That boot is legit. That's what Paula G would say. And I'm also going to put this, if it fits, this telephone house in here. Yep. Okay, so it covered up my pink tag, but that's okay. I'm also trying to make it so they kind of stick out a bit. So I do want, if it was longer, I would have it down there. But I feel like I need to add things that I haven't used to the bottom. So for example, I'm going to use this washi tape. Right over top of that box. I have not used yet in any project I've done this week, my You Are Loved washi. So I think I'll do that for this. So You Are Loved. And what I'm going to do is space this out, how it needs to look well. But I'm also going to cut some of this excess because I don't need all that washi. I feel like tags are easy to make because it's a small workspace. it's not intimidating because you don't have as much area to cover. And then also you can really get creative with the layering, the mixture of things that you're adding to it, or the pieces that you want to attach to it. There's so much you can do with tags. So, you are loved. I'm going to tear the rest of this. You are. And then I'll do loved. Kind of starting from this side. Okay, and then I need to figure out what is going to go down here. I need something. Let's see what other text I have. Oh, I like... no. I need an image. A thing. Let's see. I put so much stuff in the pocket. I wonder... Oh, I should have another boot. Y'all. No, I'm not feeling that finger. But I do like this boot. Let me try this boot. Okay. Maybe the boot. And a little bit of gauze behind it. Just so it's not just a boot sitting right there. And every time I look in this bag, I find something. I feel like that should be the top of it. I think I'm going to put... I think I'm going to add that to it as well. So let's see what this gauze looks like behind it. This is cheesecloth, not gauze. Oh, Lordy. Y'all can use anything in your house, though, honestly, to mix your media. I believe I got this from Jen in this color. I believe she dyed it. I'm not 100% sure. So, ooh, I like that. But I don't want to cover up. I want more of this to be behind the boot than in front of it. Okay, so you can still see loved. All right, and okay. So now that I've figured that out, I also am thinking that I want to put some text on the bottom. I just want this to not look so pockety. I'm gonna make the top so that it's not perfectly straight. Put that over top of this, the heart washi. And I'm gonna put the boot over that. Okay. And also I need to further adjust how I want this cheesecloth to look. I still don't exactly have it how I like it, how I would like it. It might not look like I'm not doing anything. But I promise you I am adjusted this cloth. Okay, so I know I want this side to be kind of thin. I want this side to look bunchy. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I can live with this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is staple this down. Put one more. Okay. And let me, oh Lord, that gauze that cheesecloth got loose. But that's okay. I think it's fine. You can still see you are loved there. And then I'm going to staple the boot to the tag. All right. So now I need to put my little ribbon at the top. This is a little grungy looking. Y'all, there's so much more you can add to these tags. I am really just doing a quick version so you are inspired to do something with a tag to create a reminder for yourself about God's presence. This I put on the small one, not on the actual tag, because there is no hole on the actual tag. So that small one is going to serve as my hole. So here is my last tag. You are loved. I finally used that other washi tape. And you know something else? There was an XO. I think I got enough space for my XO. Let's try that. I don't feel like cutting this. I'm just going to tear it real quick. Straight as possible. Look at that, y'all. I got a thing about making things straight. All right. I'm going to put it underneath and kind of over top of the other washi. All right. So now here's my tag with some little stuff in the pockets that you can take out as reminders from God. You can even write scriptures on the back of all this ephemera that you stuck inside the pocket. Here's that other boot. I think I want that boot in the front. No, because I already got a boot. Let me put it back there. But I also kind of strategically had it hanging out the pocket so it looks decorative. Okay, so here is another option for tags. So we did 3. We did the leftover Heavenly Hearts from Mary with this background using the Illustrated Faith stencil. We also have the negative of the sticker sheet from the cross stickers in the background of this tag. And then the last one is a stuffed pocket with reminders of God. And those are 3 options that you can create. And if you recreate any of these, I would love to see. Please, please, please tag me on social media so I don't miss it, y'all. I've been getting a lot of notifications, and so I have been missing stuff. And I just need to take the time to sit down and look through everything. But for now, so I don't miss it if you do it, tag me so I see your work. And remember that God is with you even when you don't see him in the moment. Okay, I love y'all. Thank you for joining so much. And I will see you next time. Bye.